back from Singapore, Bali, Indonesia, South Korea, and Japan.
Yes, we are.
We had a road trip. You know what I'm saying? We were rolling. We were rolling. So y'all got a chance to kind of follow us. I brought y'all in because what? I'm concerned about always making sure that everybody's able to see what's going on around the world as we're traveling. So, but this weekend, it just gave me a flashback, honey. And it gave me a flashback of something we talked about 16 years ago. And this video that we did at a conference called Black to the Future. Remember that video?
Yes, and this was maybe 16, 17 years ago. And we're going to switch over to the video because we want you to look at it. It's short, but you're going to be amazed that what we talked about 16, 17 years ago actually has already come true.
It absolutely has. I mean, it's amazing. When we look at the video, we thought about it when we travel, but y'all got to see the video. Y'all got to see the video because the video is going to show you 16 years ago we filmed this, y'all. 16 years ago. Play that video.
Someday, today, will be your past. What you dream and work for now will be your future. If you don't dream, if you don't plan with the end in mind, that too will be your future. Today, we want to begin by sharing the dream we had with you. What Michael and I dreamed years ago, what we planned for and worked for, with God's help, has come true. When we began our journey from bad credit to first-generation wealth, we had a plan and an end in mind, a dream of what we wanted for our children. I invite each and every one of you now to look on with me at a glimpse of the end we had in mind, the dream we had for our children when we began.
Good morning, team. It's 8 a.m. here in Greensboro, and I would like to get a full report on our business. What's going on in Korea, Ashley?
안녕하십니까?
안녕하십니까? Ashley, give me a report on what stocks are hot.
Well, Taylor, we just made $3.7 million on Google because the stock split. We had a call on 100,000 shares.
Keep up that good work. And where's the IPO going?
Well, Taylor, because Ashtay now generates $110 million in revenue, we believe that we will do an IPO at around $107 a share. We also believe the market is ripe for investors to take advantage of this new offering.
Well, keep up the good work. Kumapsedna. Hey, Dwyla. What's going on in Los Angeles? And what is the new product that you're marketing?
We have spread our heavenly hairband to over 60 million people. It's in every store from Walmart to Sally's. We had record sales of $185 million. To God be the glory.
Well, amen to that, team. Keep up the good work. Well, since we have yet another stellar year, Jordan, I take a vote on writing a check up for $10 million to the Evangel Fellowship Church, where Bishop Otis Lockett Jr. is preaching, and another $1 million to the Hispanic ministry, where Joselito Ferreira, our cousin, is the pastor. Ashley, where's Mom and Dad?
Taylor, You know Mom and Dad are in Switzerland for the next month, and they're in Africa for the next 2 months vacationing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
How about we surprise them and go visit them?
That's a great idea.
Hey, don't forget to pick me up in the jet.
Here you see a half-naked man, lost. He is determined to turn from his past and strive to see a future for his next generation. Though he may be your past, and he even may be your present, he will not be your future.
I am your past. I am your past. I am the past of a people that's been downtrodden. I am a past of a people that's been held in bondage. Even though I have transgressed from slavery, I find myself back in bondage again. I am your past. Though you may laugh at me, though you may ridicule me, I am your past. I may even be your present, but I will not be your future. You see, I believe in John 3:16. I believe that when Jesus died on the cross, that I too shall be free. Because it's stated that whosoever believeth in him. I believe that they should not perish. You see, I am your past, but I see a day when all of our children will be able to fly their own jets from location to location. Not only will we be able to purchase stocks from the stock market, we'll be on the stock market. We will not only have million-dollar companies, we will have multi-million-dollar corporations. See, I see that day because even though I am your past, my heart is yearning. It's crying inside. It's pleading. Please, please, don't be your future. You see, I am your past. I may be your present, but I will not be your future. Today, I'm beginning with the end in mind. I am going black to the future. Black to the future. Black to the future. Because once I's free, I's free them all. Once I's free, I's free them all. I's free them all. All right. Y'all see it right here. Y'all see it? I mean, was that amazing, honey? 16 years ago, we did that presentation at Evangel Fellowship, and we talked about the year 2020. Our girls were like 8 and 9 years old.
Yes, and those are the girls you saw on the video. That's Taylor and Ashley. And what's amazing is we're now in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
We just got back from Asia, and in the video, we talked about Ashley dealing with Google, and guess what?
Today she works for Google.
She works for Google.
Isn't that amazing? And we talked about, you see in the video, Taylor is sitting behind the conference room desk, and my little niece, Jordan, is like, 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. Mother niece, Dwyla, was like 4 or 5 years old. She the one said, to God be the glory. She's now about to graduate from college. Taylor's now running a full division of the company. And this was 16 years ago, y'all, when we talked about this. And the reason why we're bringing this up is because it's so important to really understand that if you begin with the end in mind. Oh, and by the way, today, now if you look at even further, Pastor Otis Lockett Jr. is now the pastor at Evangel Fellowship. We talked about this 16 years ago, y'all. Does that begin with the end in mind or what?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of mind-blowing. You talk about living, seeing it, saying it, believing it.
Yeah.
Saying it,
seeing it, and believing it.
Sometimes, I'm almost thinking, I don't even know if when we did it 16 years ago, did we actually believe it?
But we said it. See, this is what's most important. I think that sometimes you don't really understand the power of what God can do in your life, is you got to say it. You don't always have to start out believing it. If you just begin to say it, then what happens along the way, you begin to see visions of it. And then it actually comes into full fruition the moment that it really sinks into your heart. If you say something enough times, you can say, my son is going to Harvard. My daughter's going to Harvard. My son is going to Harvard. My daughter's going to Harvard. Now, when you first say it, you know you ain't got the money. We didn't have the money. Yeah. But we weren't speaking as though we had the money. What we had was the faith. We had the faith to believe that if we believe this can happen, if we believe it should happen, that we cannot live in our past, we must live in our future. We must begin to plan for our future. So today we wanted to just share with you all our experiences in Singapore were mind-blowing.
Yes.
Did we have a ball or what?
We did. It was a phenomenal time.
I mean, when you see some of the pictures from Singapore, I mean, we ate dinner at almost every... I think my daughter, she's a foodie, y'all. First of all, she loves food.
Yes,
but she loves the best food. I mean, she didn't just like food. She likes the best food. She knows where the best steak is. She knows where the best fish is. She knows where the best group is. She knows where the best everything is. She'll tell you what's not the best because she's been to what? The best. And she took us all over Singapore, y'all. We had a ball. My daughter, she treated us, y'all saw that on the plane. For those who call us on IG, y'all know we was like in a first class suite. You know we was in a first class suite. And that first class suite that we were in, I mean, you see the buildings and things that we were in, that place there, I mean, we went on bike rides. We had ourselves a ball. We went on this private island, went on a walking trail on this private island. We walked like 5 or 6 miles. I mean, we got on. Oh, do you remember us getting on the boat? Yes. Oh, she was screaming. My wife was screaming, y'all. She was screaming. She was hollering. I told her, go faster. But what? I paid for that ride. I paid for that. I want you to holler. So we had a ball. Oh, she did a private photo shoot, y'all. Y'all want to see the private photo shoot? We were up in what was it called? We were in Bali. We were in Bali, Indonesia. And we had ourselves a ball. I can't show y'all the whole spa. But I'm telling you, the spa was so nice, y'all. The folks bathed you. You heard what I said. They bathed you. You ever been bathed in flowers? They bathed a brother in flowers. Y'all hear me? We had a 3-hour massage. But most people can't even visualize that. A 3-hour massage? They can't visualize. Well, what you going to do for 3 hours? Well, you need to go to Bali and find out. Because I'm here to tell you, they can work you out in 3 hours. It was absolutely... Oh, did you enjoy it?
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I tell you what was amazing was that I thought all this time, right? I thought that with my trips and everything that we do, I thought we were always flying high. I thought that we were always just reaching for the stars. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. In Singapore, my own child, my own seed, she taught me that I've been flying too low.
Absolutely. See, we've flown first class in the U.S. You know, we had a first class seat. We've flown first class seats before, but we didn't have a first class seat when we went to Singapore, y'all. We had a first class suite. Y'all didn't hear me. There's something called a first class sleep where you lay down and you keep on laying down and you keep on laying down and you keep on laying down until you're flat, y'all. I mean, we slept like a baby. Oh, me, I had my black goggles. I kept everything they gave me. I think, you know, a little bag. I told Ramona, they even give you bedroom shoes, y'all. They give me, and Ramona gonna leave her bedroom. I told you, you better get back on that plane and get them bedroom shoes. You know how much these shoes cost us?
He almost beat me because I knew I was going to get another one on the next flight.
I'm keep all of them.
No, he wanted me to keep all
I kept all
of
of it, y'all. I kept the toothbrush, I kept the brush, I kept the blackout shears, I kept the soap, I kept the
socks.
the socks. I kept everything from every flight. They even gave me, if you don't know anything about travel, look up Tumi, T-U-M-I.
Yes.
They even gave me a Tumi bag, y'all.
Yes,
Do you hear me?
each of us. We got 4 Tumi bags.
4 Tumi bags. I kept every single one of them. Look, and if I show you the pictures, I ate everything. Everything I ate. I showed you pictures before I ate it, and I show you I had about 8 meals, y'all. 8 meals. You ever had 8 meals flying for about 20 hours? I ain't never had them, but I ate everything. Why? Because I paid for that. My baby girl paid for my wife to go first class, so you know I had to raise up and pay my own way, you know, show her who daddy got some money too, you know what I'm saying? Daddy got a few coins now, don't let me fool you. But we had our stuff about. Oh, I gotta tell y'all this one thing. My wife, on our first trip, y'all, I saw it on IG. Y'all see we got over 1,000 hits on it. But go to my IG and look up the time when Ramona and I were flying out. Ramona brought on the plane. Here we are flying on Korean Air, partnership with Delta Airlines. Ramona brings on the plane. She loved Popeye, y'all. She loved Popeye chicken. She loved it. You love Popeye chicken, girl.
Well, it's not that I love it. It's just, it is something that I will eat on the plane from Atlanta Airport.
Yeah, she loves it. She loves it. So she's gonna bring it on the plane from our flight from Atlanta to where we're going, South Korea. And she gets on the plane in her first class suite. I didn't say first class seat.
It's a very long flight, y'all. That was a long flight, and I just wanted to make sure that I had something in my stomach.
Yeah, and I remember now, we were in first class suites, not first class seats, so you gotta wait to get your food. You get your food when you first get on there first class. And Ramona, the lady, a Korean lady, and she was speaking Korean, and she was saying, no. Ramona was pulling her Popeye chicken. She said, no. We can't have that Popeye chicken up here in this first class suite. It's gonna stink up the place. The woman took my baby Popeye chicken. She said, no. And that was a lesson. You can't bring old baggage to new places. That was a lesson to learn right there. Was the food good in first class or what?
Yes, the food was very good, but I did not expect to like it.
Yes, right.
I didn't think I was going to like it. I'm a very finicky eater, and I was a little nervous about it. And sure enough, the food was fantastic.
Delicious, y'all. I didn't bring Popeye.
I would have never shared it with you all. I just want you to know that.
But check out my IG. You see what Ramona bought the Popeye chicken.
He caught me. He caught it live on Facebook Live when the lady came and confiscated my chicken.
So we just want to leave y'all with some takeaways. And the takeaways are, you have to begin with the end in mind. Whatever you see that you want your family, your faith, your finances to land, begin to say it. Begin to see it and begin to believe it. Because I'm telling you, we told our kids many years ago that they would be traveling the world. We told them that they would be wealthy. We told them that they're the smartest one in class. We kept telling them over and over again. Now, did we lie to them in the beginning? Yes, we lied. Because we know our kids, Billy and them was a whole lot smarter than our kids when they was in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, okay? But there was something about telling your kids the same thing over and over again. We were beginning with the end in mind. Yes. We were beginning with the end in mind. And if you say something long enough, not only do you start believing it, they start believing it. So you got to begin to tell your kids you're the smartest one in the class. You're the smartest one in the class. Now they got to do the homework, they got to read, they got to do the math, they got to begin to study a little harder, but you keep telling them you're the smartest one in the class. Because if you begin with the end in mind, I guarantee you, look, we are living testimonies of what can happen when you begin with the end in mind, when you speak it out loud. That's what's powerful.
And I will also say, when you invest in the right things.
You have to. No, when you say the right thing, what do you mean by that?
I believe you should invest in 3 things.
Okay.
One is God.
Invest in God. It's very important. We talked about it in Singapore.
Yes. Number 2, invest in yourself.
You have to invest in yourself. And the very important thing about investing in yourself is you get a chance to see how much, do you have any value on yourself? Do you have any value on you? If you don't invest in yourself, that means you place no value on yourself. You have to begin to invest in yourself, and the way that you invest in yourself is through coming to one of our boot camp training courses, coming to one of our marriage conferences, coming to one of our singles conferences, coming to one of our conferences so that you can begin to just find out how important you are and how invaluable you are. And then investing in God means your relationship with God. The more you spend time in the Word, and that's why we have this morning motivation from 6 a.m. to 6:30 every single morning, because we want people just to get plugged in. Once you get plugged in, automatically you begin to say, wow, God wants more for me, and I want to go for it.
Right, and every morning when we do the morning motivation, it's from 6 to 6:30, Monday through Friday, and we are teaching how to practice the Word.
Application.
Yes.
That's the word.
Application of the Word with a concentration in stewardship.
And we talk about stewardship, we talk about family, faith, and finance. How to be good stewards in your family, your faith, and your finances.
Yes.
So we talked about 2, investing in God and your relationship with God.
Yes.
We talked about investing in yourself, which is so important. What's that third one?
I would have to say investing in your children. Whether you physically have given birth to a child or not, you should invest in a child.
That's so important because a lot of times we don't put our investment in the right place. We put our investment in some sneakers. We put our investment in some Jay-Z gear. I'm not mad at Jay-Z. I'm not mad at Beyonce. I'm just saying that I want you to begin to invest in something that is so important. Your child's mind. See, we never bought our kids fancy clothes. They always shop at Plato's Closet. They always shopped at a place where the clothes were already worn. I mean, it's not that we couldn't afford it. It's just to think about it. It's that we began to put our money in exposing them to things. That's why they traveled when they were younger. That's why we got them the best education, because we decided you ain't gonna wear Nikes, you're gonna wear Mikeys. What does Mikeys look like? Whatever Mike buy you is what called Mikeys. That's what you're gonna wear. So you got Nikes and you got Mikeys. That's what I gave my kids, Mikeys. Why? I wanted them to have a running start in life. And that's what it's all about. Investing in your kids. And we're doing that also in October. We're taking 50 kids all the way to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And I want you all to go to the Michael and Ramona Woods website, michaelramonawoods.com, michaelandramonawoods.com. Go to our website, donate, because we're taking 50 kids, 50 young kids, to give them more exposure. Because what I said, we don't believe just investing in our kids. We believe in investing in the kids of our future. And in Singapore, I got to tell you about this one thing, honey. In Singapore, my daughter, she did something called a brunch. A brunch, and it's a black lunch. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I had never heard of a brunch before. I heard of a lot of stuff, but I ain't never heard of no brunch. But she does a black lunch, and it's all these young African Americans and Hispanics.
It was a brunch.
It was a brunch, but it was a black lunch. That's what they call a brunch. You know, brunch.
A black brunch.
Yeah, black brunch. But she brought all these kids together. I would call them kids because all of them her age and you know about that. And they came together for a Sunday brunch, a Sunday brunch. And the conversation that we heard. See, we thought, was it powerful or what?
Yes.
I'm talking about some of the brightest kids in the world, right there in Singapore. And I mean, I was so impressed by the conversation. See, a lot of times you think millennials not connected. Oh, these millennials are connected. These millennials are moving and shaking. They are doing some amazing things there outside the country, away from their parents. I mean, we prayed and we prayed with those kids, and we just had time to just break bread and have a great conversation. It was awesome. And we realized then the importance to continue to pour into the kids. That's why we're taking these 50 kids to Washington, D.C., y'all, because we want to expose these kids to more. Because when they can see these other kids all the way in Singapore speaking One brother speaking 8 languages. One brother running a big bank. One brother running a refinery. One brother working with a top oil company. Ashley Woods working with Google. I'm talking about, I was so impressed with these kids because they had bright minds. Why? Because we invested in our kids. We invested in ourselves, and we invested in our relationship and believe that God can do all that he said he can do. I want you all to get ready. Get ready. I want y'all to get ready to go on a journey with us because we are going to bring you all some things that are going to be absolutely amazing. We just want to give y'all an update. We're back in Singapore now. I spoke my Korean. Kumam Simnida. Simnida. Yes, I was speaking my Korean on that one. When I was speaking to girl, I was speaking my Korean. They know. People want to test me. Oh, Mr. Wu, Mr. Wu, Mr. Wu. That's what they said, Mr. Wu when I was in Bali. People, Ubo, Ubo. We had ourselves a good time in Singapore, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm just glad that y'all came to join us because it's so important. Stay connected with us. Go join us on michaelramonawoods.com. Click on IG or Facebook. Join us with Ashtray Products, y'all. Sign up for our boot camp or our and you got to make sure always connect with where we are. Connect with where we are. michaelramonawoods.com. I want you all to subscribe. Stay connected because today, y'all, we are so excited about the future. It is amazing. Hopefully, y'all will tune in to us at 6 a.m. to 6:30 for our morning motivation on the mic. Is it awesome?
Yes, it is. And I believe that the entire video for Black to the Future is going to be available to everyone to watch because it is truly mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
What we spoke about 17 years ago literally has come true today.
Say it, see it, and believe it. Y'all take care. We love ya.